Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Keep It Techie, where we break down the tech world one command at a time. I'm Josh, and today we're diving into something every Linux user needs to master, and that's the cd command. Simple, yeah, essential. I mean, this is your bread and butter command for navigating the Linux file system. So stick around, and by the end of the video, you'll be using cd like a pro. No GPS required. Let's get to it. All right, so let's start off with the basics. CD stands for change directory, and it's how you move around in the Linux terminal. I mean, think of your Linux system as a big file cabinet, and CD is the handle that lets you open different drawers. So whether you're working on projects, configuring a server, or just exploring your system, knowing how to navigate with CD is a must. And we're gonna cover not just the basics, but also some tips and tricks to make your life easier. Now, first off, one thing I always do when showing these types of commands is show you guys the man page or the manual. And depending on what operating system you're using, and if the manual database is installed on your system, but it should be there because it's installed by default on most Linux distros. But let's say you're using Orch or something and you didn't install it because you're building that system from scratch, you know what I'm saying? And let's say that's one thing you didn't install and it may not be on your system, then you need to install it. But man should be on there if you got one of those pre-built distributions out there. But let's just type man and cd, and you should be able to bring up the manual for the cd command. Now, one thing about a lot of these old commands, it's understood that a lot of people know how to use these commands, so they don't have a manual for some of them. And as you can see, cd command is one of those commands. There's no need for a manual for it. I wasn't expecting that because I couldn't remember if this command had a manual or not. But if you need a little information about the cd command, you could definitely search the web. It's not that difficult, which is why they opted to exclude a manual for a CD. Hey y'all, Josh here from Keep It Techie. Real quick, let's talk about Rocky Linux. This distro is the real deal if you're looking for a solid enterprise-ready Linux solution. It all started after Red Hat dropped CentOS, and Gregory Kurtzer, the OG co-founder of CentOS, brought us Rocky Linux as a tribute to his late friend, Rocky McGough. This is community-driven, open-source software at its finest, and it's already making waves. Rocky Linux 8.10 is out now, giving you that enterprise-grade stability without all the Red Hat licensing headaches. So whether you're running a home lab or a full-on data center, Rocky's got your back. So if you want to keep it open source and keep your data secure, check out Rocky Linux. The link's down in the description of the video. It's built by the community, for the community, and it's here to stay. Stay techie, y'all. So let me explain to you guys the purpose of the cd command and kind of give you guys a little bit of the history. So why do you need cd? Simply, it's all about efficiency. I mean, imagine trying to edit a file or run a script, but you don't know where it's located. Well, the cd command lets you jump to the exact directory you need without wasting time clicking through the GUI or guessing file paths. And in Linux, where so much is done through the terminal, cd is a foundational tool. And once you've mastered it, navigating your system becomes second nature. And I promise you, it will definitely help you out by learning this command. Now, let's get to the fun part, and that's examples. I'll walk you through, let's say, 5 scenarios where cd comes in clutch. And the first one is changing to a specific directory. Let's say you want to go to the documents folder. Well, you'll simply type cd, and then you could type DOC, and we could tab it out. I just tabbed it out, but that is the documents folder right there under our home directory. And just to explain a little bit, we are under our home directory because of this tilde right here. That tilde is a representation of our home directory. And so we could press enter, and then as you can see, that tilde is now first, and then we have documents. So that's the location that we are. And back in the day, they didn't used to have this. It'll just show, the account, And so you would have to use another command called pwd, and this will give you the current location that you are. So it's called print working directory. And I won't do a whole video on print working directory, which is why I'm just covering it right now. So if you press enter there, it'll print out the location that we are currently. And we could type cd again, press enter, and it'll take us back to the tilde, which is our home directory. And if we type pwd again, you'll see that we are in our home directory, which is home and Josh. That is our home directory. And then it's multiple ways to get back to that home directory, just showing you guys. You can type cd, and then you can type the tilde as well, and that'll take you to the home directory. So like, let's say we go back into that documents directory, press enter, you could type cd, and then you can put the tilde, boom, and then let's go print working directory again, and we are back in our home directory. So super cool. Let's go down and clear, and let me show you guys something else. Let's say we want to go back into, let's go into our pictures directory. I'll just show you guys something a little bit different. But let's say we need to go up a level, which is back to our home directory. That is up within the directory tree. We want to go back up to our home directory from the pictures directory. So let me print working directory again so you guys can understand where we are. And let's say instead of being in this directory, we want to go back up to our home directory. There's another way to actually move back up the directory. It's basically like backtracking. And all you have to do is type cd, and then you put ... And this will take you up one directory. You can press enter. As you can see, we are back in that home directory. And let's go down and type the pwd command again, and boom. And you can also do it again. So let's say cd ... press enter, and you'll see that we are under the home directory. Not our home directory, but the home directory where our home directory is located. I know that sounds kind of weird, but watch this. pwd, press enter. You'll see we are under root and then home. And then this is the location where all the home directories are stored. So let's say you have, I don't know, 4 or 5 accounts stored on this system. They'll have multiple folders under here, and they are each home directories for each of the users. So Josh, John, Paul, Sally, they all have a home directory under home. So that's what that directory is for. Just kind of explaining it. Now let's type cd again. Whenever you type cd, no matter where you are, it will take you back to your home directory. And then we could type pwd again so you guys can see, but we are back in home Josh. Now let me show you guys something else. So if we clear, you can actually specify where you want to go no matter where you are. So right now we are in our home directory. Like we said, let's type pwd again. Let's say we want to go to root, which is just that / right there. That is the root directory. So if we type cd, we could just specify that location. We could put that / there. That is root. Press enter, and that'll take us to our root directory. Boom, you'll see it. So we can go directly there just by typing out that location. But if we do a pwd, which is not going to show anything but that /, which is what we see here, then boom, we jump to that location. Pretty cool, right? Just to show you a little bit more, you can type cd, and then we can go / and let me move the mouse out the way, but let's go home, and then Josh, and then / and then documents. We can go there and press enter, and we can go all the way from our root directory all the way into our documents directory, skipping all those other folders just by typing out the full path to that location. So like I said, you could jump around, you know, and all that good stuff, no matter where you are within the directory. And let me show you one other thing. So let's say you want to go to the pictures directory. One thing you could do is type cd, and then put the tilde, and then put / and pictures, and tab that out and press enter. And that switch you over to the pictures directory. These two directories are at the same level, because if I type pwd, boom, you'll see that they are at the same level. So pictures is at home Josh pictures, and then documents is at home Josh documents. So they're at the same level. So you're basically jumping between those two folders within the terminal. And that's essentially what they call the absolute path versus the relative path. The relative path is the short path. You know, it could be the tilde and pictures, you know, or it could be that, you know, that short path. It could be a period and a / and that'll represent the current working directory. But the absolute path is the full path to that directory. So like home Josh and documents. Just wanted to kind of explain that to you guys. Now let me show you one more cool thing. And let's say you want to go back to the previous directory you were in. Like we jumped from our documents directory to our pictures directory. You want to go back, or like undo, or go back to the previous directory. Then there's a way to do that using the cd command. All you have to do is use the dash. So watch this. All you have to do is type cd and then the dash and press enter, and this will take you back to the previous directory that you were in. As you can see, we went back to our documents directory, and that's very handy. Like I said, there's some tricks out there, using this command. You just gotta, learn them. And once you start playing around with it, you'll be able to navigate through your system like super fast. Like, I do it so easy, so fluid now. It's crazy. And there you have it, folks, a deep dive into the cd command. So whether you're new to Linux or just brushing up, mastering the cd command is a game changer. So keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep it techie. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Linux tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite Linux command. And until next time, I'm Josh, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you're coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes, because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.